It's Glynis E, Devine, Chief Juicer, and I'm joined with Lea Brovedani, the Trust Architect. And we're here today as partners, business partners, as co-leaders of Your Soul Journey Women's Empowerment Retreat. And what we thought we'd talk about today is, why do you have to get away for all this stuff to work? So Lea, that's the question on the table. Why is it important for women to step away in order for any of these things that we teach? We teach these things, both of us, from the platform right across North America to audiences, large and small. We teach this in executive coaching that we do. What's the magic that happens at a retreat?
First of all, it's giving women don't always take the time to actually allow themselves to really work on things that are important to them. There's a couple of things that happen. First of all, you're with a whole group of very supportive women, and we've structured it so that one exercise leads to another, and it's a whole week where you work on yourself. You work on the things that are important. It doesn't happen otherwise. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter how many times you say, I'm going to do this. There is something magical that happens when you leave your home and you go someplace and you have a full week where you work with other like-minded women, things that are important to you.
Yeah, and you bring up a very valid point. When Lea and I structured this entire week, we put a ton of time into this. In terms of the length of time, the length of sessions, how much of the entire week, because we didn't pack it full. You don't go to paradise and just work. You got to have some playtime. It was really interesting, though, that when Lea and I ran through the entire curriculum and built it, we thought how it fit so seamlessly. But it was really cool when our participants said that. In fact, one in particular, Susanna Baum, who joined us, said in her endorsement of our week how it was magical how seamlessly both our messages fit together in a very step-by-step kind of way. They were building blocks that when the participants left, they felt they had a full model of all the pieces that went together. So that was great testimonial to us that they got what we built. That was fun. It was really fun.
The other thing is we worked in those pieces of time where people got to step away from the classroom situation and actually think about what they had learned in the morning sessions. And we got some pushback on that, but we knew, like, we both stuck to it and said, no, we know how important it is not to just sit in the classroom and pound away and pound away and pound away. You need to have some time to actually integrate what you're learning into your behaviors.
Well, and you and I both live with CDs and podcasts and everything going all the time. As professionals, you got to feed your mind with something other than top 40 bubble gum for your ears. And you do the same thing I do, Lea, because we've talked about it. You're listening to a CD or a podcast and you hit pause because you need time to digest that information, to make it applicable to your own situation, right? And that's what those afternoons did for our participants.
Yes. Plus, I have to say, this resort is so gorgeous. And the spa, I have to tell you that we worked out some wonderful deals for the retreatants. And so they were able to get some, a discount, a really actually very generous discount at the spa.
Thanks, Miriam from Spa Oxygen.
And the spa was absolutely gorgeous. Obviously open. I mean, you're in the tropics, so it's open and you're looking out over the ocean and there's the thatched roofs and you can have
waves crashing.
You can have
breeze,
the birds to the waves. Oh, it was so gorgeous. So,
and I love the fact that absolutely every participant that came with us had a service done at the spa. That's how addictive it was. There isn't a better word. It felt beautiful to be pampered. And it's interesting because one of my ahas happened laying on the massage table, that I had enough time to get inside my head and pick away some of the thoughts I had, and I went, oh my gosh. And I know that in the conversation sitting around the recovery circle inside the spa, where you're sipping on your tea and you're eating your little nuts, there were a few people who went through that.
Yeah. And there are exercises that we gave people at the end of the morning session. People had soul work. I won't say homework, I will say soul work. You had soul work take with you that people worked on, and they worked on it for the afternoon. But then the evenings, Glynis?
Yeah, we played. I have to say that the exercise you gave them, Lea, in particular, was really, really good. There was one afternoon that we did start, stop, and continue, remember? And we actually, it was driven by the attendees. They said, we want something to work on this afternoon. So it happened organically that each of the people that attended wanted to hang out. You didn't have to. Lea and I built it so that you had quiet time to go do what you wanted to, or hang out with who you chose to. We just had such a special group that everybody wanted to hang out, even on their off time. And so the participants said, give us something to work on this afternoon. And the exercise that you gave us to work on was wonderful. We worked in groups of 4, and we dove deep. Like, we got into some really great stuff. So thank you for that.
Yeah, it was great. And the two of us worked together. But there, everybody has journals. So one of the things that we had everybody do is, after the morning sessions, you would take your journal, and if you wanted to work with someone, that was fine. But you also had those moments when people needed to go off and journal on their own. We also had some women who are C-suite leaders, and they needed to have part of the afternoon so that they could actually connect with their office. So we really worked with the women who were on the retreat. So we had quite a combination. We had entrepreneurs, we had women who were working for corporations, we had moms who just needed to get away and realize who they were again. Women, I'm thinking of Sonia, who felt like she needed to rediscover herself. She had gotten lost in the mumness.
Happens to us all at some point in time.
So the group was very eclectic and very diversified.
It was.
Everybody from clinical therapists to professional speakers to financial wizards. I mean, it really was an interesting group, but it is a safe environment. And so we create the safe environment. So regardless of where you're coming from, you'll find a connection point with other women.
And you bring up a very valid point, and that was that when Lea and I built this, we built it to be expert-led and peer-supported. And that peer support was vital, because everybody brings different gifts to the table. And I think that when you get so much from something, you also feel that law of reciprocation. We feel the need and want to give back. And our retreatants gave back tenfold. It was an amazing experience. Everybody contributed to everyone's success.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was magical.
So we could go on for days talking about the week that we spent. But what I want to invite everybody, and I know you do too, Glynis, is we want to invite you to come with us April 22nd to the 29th to Punta Cana, beautiful Zen Oasis, which is the adults only facility. And I love kids. We all love kids. But I got to tell you, it was pretty nice sitting in the middle of the afternoon by an adults only pool, having
adult conversations.
They make the best chocolate martinis. Oh my God. Anyway, join us April 22nd to the 29th. Go to yoursouljourneyretreat.com.
And we'll see you in beautiful Punta Cana.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.